Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel we post writing tips, unboxings, book hauls, book reviews and the occasional vlog. And today I have another book review for you, and it is a brand new author to me, and that is Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune. This was a book given to me by my sister. It's one that she read and didn't want to keep, so we tend to pass books on to each other. It is a cozy LGBTQ+ read, deals with death, so just a little trigger warning there. This book does go into death and some suicide as well. Just bear that in mind. As always with my book reviews, I'll read you guys the blurb first. Before I get into that, don't forget, if you like what you see, to subscribe to this channel. Your continued support means a lot, so thank you guys so much. Welcome to Charon's Crossing. The tea is hot, the scones are fresh, and the dead are just passing through. When a reaper comes to collect Wallace from his own sparsely attended funeral, Wallace is outraged. But he begins to suspect she's right, and he is in fact dead. Then when Hugo, owner of a most peculiar tea shop, promises to help him cross over, Wallace reluctantly accepts the truth. Yet even in death, he refuses to abandon his life, even though he spent all of it working. But as Wallace drinks tea with Hugo and talks to his customers, he wonders if he'd been missing something. The feeling grows as he shares jokes with the resident ghost, manifests embarrassing footwear, and notices the stars. So when he's given 1 week to pass through the door to the other side, Wallace sets about living a lifetime in just 7 days. Under the Whispering Door is an uplifting story about a life spent at the office and a death spent building a home. It has loads of reviews on the back. V.E. Schwab says, "I loved it, like being wrapped up in a big gay blanket." Seanan McGuire, "Comforting and kind, this book is very close to perfect." Charlene Harris, "A modern fairy tale, beautiful." Gail Carriger, "Touching, tender and truly delightful." Washington Post, "Likely to cause heart swelling." Locus, "His novels are a radiant treat to all who discover them." And Publishers Weekly starred review, "Readers will revel in Klune's wit and ingenuity." It is a really sweet read, it's a cozy read, and it does bring to light almost a reminder about life, about friendship and love, the meaning of life to an extent, of what you find enjoyment in and what is maybe not as fulfilling as you first believe it is. I don't actually have too many quotes from this book, but I'll go into those first. In chapter 7, it says, "Guys, gals, and our non-binary pals." This is a toilet sign, and I just love the inclusiveness of it. We also, in this chapter, have Apollo the dog and his lick attack. That's why I'm here for this book. Apollo. Page 160. "We don't murder people," Hugo said, and it didn't appear that this was the first time he'd said it to her. "Maine, then." I love Mai. Mai is our resident reaper, and she is just so fun and so feisty and honest. I love her. Page 170. "Sorry, stupid autocorrect. I meant liver." I love it. This is when a nastier character is using a Ouija board and our main character, Wallace, is writing using the Ouija board, but writing in full sentences and also writing as if texting, and we've all done it. We've all said, autocorrect, when it's corrected something that I didn't need to correct, and I just love that light humour in here. Page 246 to 247. The representation of a panic attack and how someone can help you through it in this part is really wholesome and truthful. It is when Hugo is having a panic attack. Now, you can't just snap out of a panic attack, and you do get used to them, and you do learn how you yourself can get through them because they affect people in different ways. And I just loved how Wallace reacts to the panic attack, doesn't push, doesn't bombard with more words, talking, none of that. They're just there, and they're just waiting and allowing Hugo to know that he's waiting and that eventually he'll be okay. And I thought this representation was very needed, because a lot of people don't know what to do when someone's having a panic attack, and a lot of people having panic attacks don't always know they're having them. So I loved this representation. I have done a video on writing characters with anxiety. I'll pop a link above me now if you want to see that video, but this was a really good representation of writing that. And my final quote is page 248. This is when Apollo helps and is actually sort of working as a therapy dog, and again, it just shows great representation of anxiety and panic attacks, and also the use of animals in aiding people through these, because a lot of people don't seem to understand what therapy dogs are used for, and this is a great example. They are there to help, and having that weight of something touching you and just patiently awaiting you to come through something that you will naturally come out of is just so comforting and needed to someone going through a panic or anxiety attack. I love this representation. I'll now go into my overall review of this book. I mean, look how gorgeous that cover is. It's so sweet. The coffee shop itself is so higgledy-piggledy, and it was such a lovely place to be. I really just wanted to stay there. The book itself is quite slow. It is very character-driven. It does have a little element of fright with the souls who have not been helped to pass, and they can be quite creepy, and I did enjoy that. It gave an air of urgency, but for the most part it's quite slow, it's character driven, it's all about finding yourself and a found family. Overall, for enjoyment, I gave this 8 out of 10. Writing style 9, plot 8 because at times it did feel a little slow, world building 10, characterization 10, representation 10, and originality 10. It was a very nice read. I did find oddly when I was reading it, I could hear myself saying the words in my head, which is unusual. Normally I just disappear into the world. For some reason, I could hear myself almost reading out loud, but inside my head. Slightly odd. But I gave this book 4 stars out of 5. I would recommend. It has made me interested in reading more from TJ Klune. I'm keeping a hold of this book, so unlike my sister, it's not one I don't want on my shelf. It's one that I may revisit. But it's not a 5-star where it's a definite revisit. I'm not sure. But kind of like Deep Light, I'm not 100% sure why it wasn't a 5-star. But a really sweet 4-star read for me. I enjoyed it. It was a good introduction to TJ Klune's. And that's it for my book review. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you'd like to see as soon as I upload, click that little bell down below. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr. I post bookish pictures, source and writing tips, and unboxings on there. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye!